Hi friends, I am Soumya of grade 9 from Freedom School Pargi. So before starting my lesson, let me tell you a short story, that is the conversation between the mountain and the river. One day the river thought to herself, do I have to keep flowing all my life? Can't I stop and take rest for a while? She needed advice. So she called out the mountain which is near to her, and she shared her feelings with him. The mountain just laughed and said, Hey, look at me. I've been standing here for ages. I get tired and get bored by standing at one place. The river replied, You're firm and fixed. How could you ever get tired? Look at me. I have to be on flow all my life. I don't get to rest for a single minute also. On hearing this, the mountain smiled and said, That's how you say it, but I get bored and tired of seeing the same trees and the same patch of sky every day. Sometimes I wish that if I could run like a river, I can visit different forests, villages, water their fields, give life to others, and so deeply loved by all. On hearing this, the river interrupted and said, That's strange. Your life is peaceful and comfortable, yet you feel this way? You don't get it, my sister. You are worshipped by all, said the mountain lovingly. You flow for the sake of others, and you burn for the sake of others, and not that's all. You offer whatever remains to the sea. On hearing this, the river bowed down to the mountain and said with great enthusiasm, You are absolutely right, my brother. The true purpose of my life is to give life to others. She thanked him for his kind wisdom, and then the mountain smiled at her newfound positive energy. And then the river gushed away with a loud gurgle, feeling very happy. So friends, from this story, what did you understand? Yes, you understood that the river is playing an important role in our environment as well as for our basic needs. On the other side, the river is also helping the farmers by watering their fields. Now, I want to tell you the importance of river. They are major economic assets of any country, as they aid in the production of electricity, attract tourism, act as transportation medium, helping trading purposes, and also help the ecosystem by providing various natural phenomena like water cycle. And also they are a rich source of providing food like fish and other aquatic animals which are consumed on a large scale. Various rivers are regarded as deities of all the countries, including our own India. So friends, now let's make this session joyful and enjoyful by a song. Here the song goes. Ganga Yamuna Krishna Brahmaputra Narmada Godavari Kaveri Sindhu Saraswati. Ganga Yamuna Krishna Brahmaputra Narmada Godavari Kaveri Sindhu Saraswati. Rivers wide, rivers long, rivers small, rivers strong, rivers meet, rivers part, rivers merge, rivers start. Rivers wide, rivers long, rivers small, rivers strong, rivers meet, rivers part, rivers merge, rivers start. Ganga Yamuna Krishna Brahmaputra Narmada Godavari Kaveri Sindhu Saraswati. Rivers flood, rivers dry, rivers fall, rivers rise, rivers young, rivers old, rivers shy, rivers bold. Rivers flood, rivers dry, rivers fall, rivers rise, rivers young, rivers old, rivers shy, rivers bold. Ganga Yamuna Krishna Brahmaputra Narmada Godavari, Kaveri, Sindhu, Saraswati. So friends, I think you enjoyed the song. Yes, this is the time to trickle your brain. I'll ask some of the questions to you. You answered my questions. So, what are the rivers' names that you listen from this poem, from this song? Yes, Ganga, Yamuna, Krishna, Brahmaputra, Narmada, Godavari, Kaveri, Sindhu and Saraswati. Friends, what is the other name of Sindhu river? Yes, you are absolutely right. The other name of Sindhu river is Indus river. And which is the longest river in our world? The longest river in our world is Nile river. And in our country? Yes, in our country it is Godavari river. The origin form of Godavari river is in Nasik district, Maharashtra, and it falls into Bay of Bengal. Friends, where does the river born? Yes, the river is born from the mountains. And where does it spend its younger days? Yes, it spends its younger days through rocks and woods. What happens to the river when it approaches to the ocean? When the river approaches to the ocean, it seems wider or it expands in its size. So this happens when the river approaches to the ocean. Does a river grow and vanish? How? Yes, just now we discussed how the river grows and also it vanishes. The life of the river, when it merges into the ocean, the life of the river ends and then it continues its life in the ocean itself. This is also called as eternity. Eternity means life continuing after death. So friends, by discussing all about the rivers and knowing what are the origin form of rivers, I think you got my topic today. Today my topic is about the river. The river, which was written by Caroline Anne Bowles. She was born on 6th December 1786. She is a famous poetess. She wrote various other works, including Chapter on Churchyards and Tales of the Bakeries. She married Robert Southey, the poet laureate of Britain, and she expired in 1854. In the poem, the river depicts the different stages of human life. What are the different stages of human life? Yes, childhood, youth, middle age and old age. In the poem, C. Bowles depicts the different stages of human life, that is childhood, youth, middle age and old age. She explained us that when a person grows to certain age, what are the difference occurs in them and how they are going to react for each and every second. That we are going to learn from this poem. And we are also going to compare and contrast between the movement of the river with the stages of human life. Now let us enter into our stanzas. Here in our poem there are 4 stanzas. Each stanza has its stage of human life. Now let us enter. River, river, little river, bright you sparkle on your way. O'er the yellow pebbles dancing, through the flowers and foliage glancing. Like a child at play, like a child at play, like a child at play. O river, O river, 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 swelling river, on you rush through rough and smooth. Louder, faster, brawling, leaping, over rocks by rose banks sweeping. Like impetuous youth, like impetuous youth, like impetuous youth. O river, O river, 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 brimming river, broad and deep and still as time, seeming still in motion, tending onward to the ocean. Just like mortal prime, just like mortal prime, just like mortal prime. O river, O river, 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 on you dash into the sea. See that line hath never sounded, see that sail hath never rounded. Like eternity, like eternity, like eternity, oh river, oh river. So friends, have a glance on this picture please. See here, the initial stage of the river. The initial stage of the river is little, and when it approaches to the stage of youth, it expands in its size. Expand means also swelling. And when it approaches to the middle age, it becomes full or full of means brimming. And last, the stage where it mingles or where it merges with the ocean, it is called headlong river. Last, it is going to dash into the sea. So, to understand, just now we enjoyed the poem. Now, let us understand by stanzas. So, now let us enter into our first stanza, which compared with a child, how he behaved and how he acts in his childhood. River, river, little river, bright you sparkle on your way. O'er the yellow pebbles dancing, through the flowers and foliage glancing. Like a child at play, like a child at play, like a child at play, oh river, oh river. So, in the first stanza, poetess here bowls compared with a child. When the river is flowing on its way, it is sparkling brightly through the sunshine. And it is also dancing over the yellow pebbles which are coming on its path, through taking a brief look of flowers and the leaves which are coming on its path. And the flowers and the leaves which are observing the river is appearing like a child at play. Here the river is playing like a child. It is enjoying the life of a child. See, whenever a child plays at our home, we won't disturb him because he looks very cute to us. And whatever the work is done by him looks very cute. Because of that, we won't disturb a child when he is at play. And a child has no leaps, bounds, limitations for his work. In the same way, the river also has no leaps, bounds and limitations for its movement. And one more thing I want to say, when the river is dancing over the yellow pebbles, the pebbles which are there inside the river are visible very clearly. Means we have to come to a point that how much pure the water is. The child life is itself a pure life comparing to all the different stages of human life. And a child has no other attitude of harming anyone. He is pure in nature. So, we can say that the child life is itself a pure life comparing to all the different stages of human life. Now, let us enter into second stanza which compared with second stage of human life, that is youth. River, river, swelling river, on you rush through rough and smooth. Louder, faster, brawling, leaping, over rocks by rose banks sweeping. Like impetuous youth, like impetuous youth, like impetuous youth, oh river, oh river. So, in our second stanza, the poetess compared with a youth. Here, swelling means increasing or expanding in its size. When a child grows into an adult, many changes occurs in him. It may be physically or mentally. In the same way, when the river is approaching to a stage of youth, it is swelling in its size and it is rushing through rough and smooth rocks. It is rushing through rough and smooth rocks. Louder, faster, struggling and jumping to overcome the rocks like impetuous youth. Impetuous means acting quickly without thinking. So, if we ask a youth to to take any decisions. Without taking much more time, he reacted very fast. He takes powerful decisions, but also he struggles to complete it. And he have one attitude that no one are greater than me. I don't want to take anyone's guidance. And whatever comes in his mind, he reacts it very fast. He sweeps everything. Like the river, when it is moving on its path, it is sweeping whatever is coming on its way. Like impetuous youth. So here we can say that the youth life is a powerful life comparing to all the different spheres of human life, where they can enjoy, where they can take their own decisions without taking anyone's guidance. Now let us enter into our third stanza, which is more important to us. That is compared with the middle age. River, river, brimming river, broad and deep and still as time, seeming still yet still in motion, tending onward to the ocean. Just like mortal prime, just like mortal prime, just like mortal prime, oh river, oh river. So, in this third stanza, the poetess compared with a middle-aged person. The middle age will be from 30 to 35 years. So, at that particular age, a person gets married, and then he had to take many responsibilities. He had to look after his family, and whatever the decisions he is going to take, he had to think very broad and very deep, because on behalf of his family, he is going to take the decision. Then he have to think that the work which I am doing is correct or wrong. In the same way, when the river is approaching to a stage of middle age, it is becoming very full of. Brimming means full of. And it is becoming very broad and very deep and still as time. Seeming still yet still in motion. If we observe the river at that particular age, it appears that it is in stationary place. But it won't be. It continues its motion. But we won't able to find that. In the same way, when a middle-aged person, when he slowly tends towards an ocean without showing much differences, he slowly tends towards the, means here ocean means comparing to a human life, that is an old age. Just like mortal prime. What is meant by mortal prime? Yes, mortal prime means the best part in one's life, where they can enjoy, where they can spend their life with their family, where they can take their own decisions on behalf of their family. So this is called mortal prime. This is how a middle age will go. Now let us enter into our last stanza and last stage of human life, that is an old age. Last, a middle-aged person slowly tends towards an old age. Now let us enter into our fourth stanza. River, river, headlong river, down you dash into the sea. See that line hath never sounded, see that sail hath never rounded. Like eternity, like eternity, like eternity, O river, O river. So, in this fourth stanza, sea bowls compared with last stage of human life, that is an old age. Last, when the river is going to merge with the ocean, it is becoming very long, and last it dashes into the sea. And as it is moving towards, as it is tending toward the sea, without giving sound, it is slowly tending. Like if we compare to a human being, that when a middle-aged person slowly tends towards an old age, without showing much differences, he tends. Like how we found, comparing to youth and middle age, we found much differences, that physically and mentally. But we are not finding that much differences. See how slowly a person is going to tend towards an old age. Last, when a person, means old age person, when he turns back and see that how many years passed, that may be approximately 50 years. He won't realize himself that this many years passed because he is busy with his family and his grandchildren. He is enjoying the life, all the stages he enjoyed. So, for that he is not going to realize himself that this many years passed. Last, when the river is also merges with the ocean, the river life stops and then it continues its life in the ocean. That is called eternity. Eternity means life continuing after that. So the river is going to continue its life in the ocean itself. This is called eternity. Today our theme of the poem is, it is a poem which describes between the movement of the river with the stages of human life. We compared with both the river and the human life, how a person is going to behave. And the flow of river, it shows the journey of the life to eternity. The tone, the poem is highly philosophical. Here R.C. Bowles used figures of speech. In that figures of speech, she used simile and personification. Simile means comparison between two things. Here we compared between the movement of the river with the stages of human life. That is like a child at play, like impetuous youth, just like mortal prime, like eternity. So this is the simile which she used in the poem. Now in the personification, personification means giving human attributes to the non-living thing. So here we gave human attributes to the movement of the river. That is rushing through rough and smooth rocks, over rose bank sweeping. All these we gave the human attributes to the river. And so one more thing I want to say, that is each moment is precious. That in our life each moment is precious for us. So that was written by Pat Fleming. Now I will tell you that. Live in the moment, just take it all in. Pay attention to everything right there and right then. So you have to live in each and every moment. Here moment means second. So each second is precious for us because it experiences our life. It experiences our life. So here Pat Fleming compared very beautiful that how the second is precious for us. And one more dohe is there in our Hindi, that is कल करे सो आज कर, आज करे सो अब, पल में परलय होएगो, बहुरी करेगो कब. That means the task which has to accomplish today, tomorrow, that has to be accomplished today. And the task which has to accomplish today, that has to be accomplished then and there itself. Means we should not wait for the other moment. If we wait, the moment gets wasted. Because each moment is precious for us. So we should not waste each second of time. So through this poem, I want to say that as the river continues its journey throughout the life, happily and enthusiastically, without taking rest, in the same way, the human should also enjoy all the stages of his life with the same spirit, happily and enthusiastically. So I thank our TSAT channel and our secretary, Mr. R.S. Praveen Kumar, and my principal, Ms. Sumati, and my guidance teachers, Ms. Shashrika and Jyoti, and all my staff teachers. Thank you for giving me this golden opportunity.